Watch Jordan's left hand here as he gives Russell the push. Referee can't see that.
The Chicago Bulls have won their 6th NBA championship, and it's their second three-peat.
He looks determined without being ruthless. Something heroic in his manner. There's a courage about it. Doesn't look like a killer. Comes across so calm.
More than just an elite scorer, Jordan was an excellent all-around player at the two-guard position. During his 1988 campaign, he played 81 games, and he averaged 32 points, 8 assists, and 8 rebounds per game. Out of the 1,212 players Jordan faced in his career, 310 never won a game against him, highlighting his competitiveness and toughness to beat. In the 1993 NBA Finals, Jordan averaged 41 points per game, showcasing his skill, stamina, and dedication to the sport. Jordan holds the record for the highest box plus-minus in NBA history, highlighting his overall contribution to his team's success. Playoff dominance is not new to Jordan. In fact, he averaged over 40 points per game in a playoff series on 6 separate occasions. In 1996, Jordan shot 43% from beyond the arc, better than many legendary shooters, showcasing his ability to excel in every aspect of the game. During the filming of Space Jam, intense practice sessions with other NBA stars helped Jordan improve for the following season, where he won MVP and led the Bulls to a record-breaking number of wins. Jordan accomplished the rare feat of leading the league in scoring and winning a championship in the same season multiple times, highlighting his dominance in the game. In his 13 seasons with the Chicago Bulls, Jordan won nearly as many scoring titles as all active NBA players combined, reflecting his consistent excellence.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind?
I had a chance to play against Michael Jordan, but it was when he had the Wizards uniform on, so it wasn't quite prime Michael Jordan. It was 40-year-old Michael Jordan. He still had great footwork, and he actually gave me about 30 points.
Jordan over Pierce, he's got it. Michael Jordan equals his season's high, 31.
So it was like my 3rd year in the league, and he was still probably one of the top 10 athletes in the game at the time.
Jordan's admiration for Allen Iverson, as seen in his repeated viewings of Iverson's documentary, shows his appreciation for Iverson's journey and talent.
I have to thank this man, because without his vision, I promise you, there wouldn't be no Hall of Fame Allen Iverson standing at this podium if it wasn't for this guy. He gave me the vision, man. I wanted to be like Mike. You know what I mean?
Jordan's trainer, Tim Grover, played a crucial role in ensuring his peak physical condition and contributed to his longevity and success in the NBA. The Last Dance documentary, released in 2020, provides an inside look at the Bulls' historic 1997-98 season, capturing the intensity and excitement of their final championship run. Jordan's competitive spirit, work ethic, and desire to win have inspired countless players and fans, making him a role model for aspiring athletes everywhere. Jordan's influence on basketball and sports culture is unmatched, and his name remains synonymous with greatness. His career is filled with memorable moments and achievements that have left a lasting legacy. Michael Jordan played 15 seasons for the Bulls and Wizards. He averaged 30 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2 steals in 1,072 regular season games. He was selected to play in 14 All-Star games. Michael Jordan is a true icon who will always come up in the greatest of all-time conversations, and he is permanently cemented on the Mount Rushmore of basketball.
Live for the dream, follow the dream.
The story of Michael Jordan needs no introduction. The tales of his journey to becoming one of the greatest athletes the world has ever seen, from being cut by his high school varsity team to the flu game, have been sold countless times, some becoming somewhat legends themselves. However, for many, the journey of Jordan as a basketball icon ends the day he hung up his Bulls jersey. The headlines end, the documentary stopped filming, and the spotlight fades away. And while that was the last time the world saw Michael at his most memorable, The entire offseason leading up to the 2001 season, Jordan had been quietly training to get back into playing shape by inviting many of the top players from around the NBA to compete in organized pickup games. On October 30th, 2001, Michael Jordan made his return to the NBA in Madison Square Garden against the Knicks. The build-up to the game made it one of the most anticipated matches of the year because the last time the world had seen Jordan on the court was the '98 Finals. Michael would score his first basket less than 2 minutes into the game, having an up-and-down game on his way to a 19-point outing. With 18 seconds left, the Wizards had the ball with the chance to tie the game. Everyone in the Garden that night knew who would take the shot, and it seemed like this was the beginning of a new chapter in Jordan's legacy. Down by 3, the Wizards will go on to lose by 2 in their opening game and leave many people wondering if Jordan had made the right decision in his return. As the early season wore on, Washington got off to a slow start, winning only 2 of their first 11 games and struggling to find chemistry. They were far from competing for championships, but Jordan still had championship expectations in practice, pushing some of the young players harder than many of them were ready for or used to.
Well, like I tell people, Michael was fun. He had a unique personality. But then there was also another side where it was the talking trash Michael Jordan. And at times, me and a couple of the young guys would come up to him and say, "Hey, Mike, why don't you think about putting us in the Brand Jordan collection?"
Right.
And he'd look at me and say, "Hey, Rip, my sneakers for all-stars."
The team was struggling with the newfound national spotlight. They had gotten off to a rough start, but MJ was still must-see TV. The Wizards had gone from 28th in the league in attendance to selling out every home game. They found themselves on national TV almost every night. An overtime win against the Celtics sparked a run of 16 wins over their next 25 games and put them on pace to make the playoffs for the first time since 1997. Over this stretch, Michael was averaging over 25 points per game and showcasing a scoring ability that many people didn't think he still had. After a bad loss against the Pacers, Jordan was out to prove that he could still play. Jordan's 51-point performance against the Hornets was the record for points in a game by someone over the age of 38 at that time. This was followed up by 45 points in the very next game against the Nets, proving that MJ was still capable of being one of the game's best players, even past his prime. During these 2 games, Jordan was scoring at will and showcasing his veteran skill set that was very much different from the Jordan we've seen in the past. Crafty layups around the rim replaced the high-flying dunks. Fadeaway elbow jumpers became his staple instead of acrobatic finishes at the rim. Michael Jordan was no longer the acrobatic player of his heydays, but he did enough where he could still prove all of the critics wrong. The game itself served as one of the last iconic moments of Jordan's career. It served as an official passing of the torch to the next generation of stars that had grown up idolizing him.
Has the ball, again guarded by Shawn Marion. The fadeaway, yes! With 4 and 8/10 seconds remaining, the West takes a timeout.
Michael Jordan would play his last professional basketball game on April 16, 2003 against the 76ers. The Philly crowd was electric, and everyone wanted to get a glimpse of Michael's last moments on the hardwood. The game itself didn't have much to offer as Jordan struggled from the field and eventually took a seat with the game out of reach. As time ticked down toward the final moments of the game, the crowd chanted for Jordan to get back in the game. Michael made his way back to the scorer's table and went back in the game. Michael would be intentionally fouled, and he hit 2 shots at the free throw line for the final points of his NBA career.